Marc Rich's journey is filled with events worthy of a movie production, full of unexpected moments and bold decisions. Born in 1934 in the city of Antwerp, Belgium, Rich came into the world during turbulent times. His Jewish family was forced to flee the persecutions sweeping across Europe during World War II. Seeking refuge in the United States, the Rich family faced initial hardships, but over time, his father managed to prosper by opening a jewelry store, allowing them to settle in New York. In America, Marc Rich began to carve out his path in the business world, but early on, he decided he wouldn't follow the traditional academic model. At 18, he chose to learn directly in the market, seeking practical experiences. That's when he joined Philip Brothers, one of the most prestigious commodity companies on the planet. Even starting in a modest position, he quickly stood out for his ability to spot opportunities and swiftly climb the ranks, eventually becoming one of the top names in the company's oil trade. In the 1960s, when the oil market was dominated by large conglomerates known as the Seven Sisters, which controlled the vast majority of the sector, Rich saw an opening. He was one of the pioneers in introducing the spot oil market, which allowed for the trading of the product based on supply and demand, breaking away from the fixed price model that had been in place until then. This change was revolutionary and permanently altered the dynamics of the industry. In 1974, dissatisfied with his position at Philip Brothers, Rich decided to establish his own company in Switzerland. Marc Rich and Company The company quickly stood out by capitalizing on the fluctuations caused by the oil crisis of the 1970s, amassing fortunes in a landscape of uncertainties. However, Rich's meteoric rise brought with it a series of controversies. He established business deals with nations under international sanctions, such as Iran, Libya, and South Africa, during the apartheid regime, which drew negative attention from the U.S. government. In 1983, Marc Rich was charged with 65 crimes, including tax evasion and involvement in illegal trading. To avoid imprisonment, he fled to Switzerland, where he remained on the FBI's most wanted list for years. Despite this, his career continued to thrive, and he strengthened his network of contacts, including significant collaborations with the Israeli government, to whom he supplied oil during times of great need. The climax of his story came in 2001, when, in an unexpected move, President Bill Clinton granted him a presidential pardon on the last day of his term. The decision caused public outrage, as Rich had made large donations to the Democratic Party and various institutions. Despite the controversies, he continued his life in Switzerland, dedicating his final years to philanthropy until his death in 2013. Marc Rich was much more than a visionary businessman in the commodities sector. He was a multifaceted figure, driven by strategic vision and the ability to act at the right moment. His story transcends simple financial success. It exposes the complex intersections between business, politics, legality, and morality, and its impacts still resonate in today's corporate world. Now, if you enjoyed this content, consider helping us grow this podcast by subscribing to WalletCast and discovering new interesting insights about the world of opportunities, business, and finance. I personally thank you for that. See you next time.